Okay, docs and staff, we are going to show you a little live footage of our health fair with Michael at an event that we did for, it's a cruise ship called the Queen Mary. It no longer sails, but it's basically a hotel, a number of restaurants, bars. They've got well over 700 employees, so it's an outside health fair on the grass. And just to show you that we are the exclusive vendor, we have the biggest booth. I think at this particular event, we only got like 13 or 14 new patients, but I say only because typically we pull 20 as our average per health fair, which is why we love him. But Michael's like a hyper guy. He's always bouncing around, moving super quick. I can barely keep him in like camera frame because he's so spaz. But I want you to kind of get a look at what the health fair looks like. This isn't even a big one. It's not like one of the ones we do for Boeing, but you know, casual 25 vendors. We're the only chiropractor. As people come walking up, one of the cool things they did at this particular event is they were giving out their paychecks. No joke. The HR directors, 2 of them, have been patients for a number of years, so they did it on a Friday. They handed out the paychecks as people came up, and basically just was a reason to pull them off the ship outside, had them walk around, and we were the first booth right there. The one gal who was running it, after a while, she said, no, you don't get your paycheck. Walk around, take a look. When you come back, then you get your paycheck. She's just that way. She's like, and people are like, okay, great. So we had all these people coming through the event. But I want you to kind of see and get an idea of what it looks like. Number 1, to build some enthusiasm. But number 2, if you've got a health expo or it's a company of 300 or 400 and Michael isn't going to set it up, this is a look around at what it should look like, how you can do it for yourself, but also this bigger idea. If you build great relationships, which is what this corporate skeleton key program is all about, then you can put a request and say, hey, would you ever bring the paychecks down to the health fair? People have to come to the health fair. Just gonna absolutely light up your event. So just a quick look around outside, change up the views a little bit. Hopefully you'll enjoy it and learn something from it. Alright, docs, so we're at the Queen Mary doing a health fair. I want to give you some of the lay of the land of how we're going to set up these events when you're part of the corporate skeleton key. We said we'll get you in, and this is what the health fair looks like. People are coming in over there by Fabiola in the red shirt. She's our HR director. And you can see people come in. The first booth that they're going to go to is right here. This is actually our booth. So in our booth, we've got the substation, we've got our booth set up, and like we promised you at every event, when people come in, you'll have the biggest booth, the closest booth to coming in. That is the HR director. We walk in, get a big hug, you see the people coming in. Michael's right there. Hey, Michael. You may know Michael from some of our other videos, but Michael's the guy that actually sets up the health fairs and does it for the docs that are in the corporate skeleton key program and become a wellness champion. I think you did an awesome job today.
It's been a great day. It's a beautiful day out here. We're at the Queen Mary in Long Beach, California, and if you notice, there's one of the Carnival cruise ships in the background. So we're having a really good time out here. It's been quite a day to be out here. Yeah.
That's awesome. So far we've got about 12, 13 new patients that have prepaid. This has obviously been a great event for us. But I wanted to see when people come in, Michael always gives our docs the best booth space, and obviously we've got the most room to operate as well.
Yeah, we always put you right at the front or wherever we think is the best spot because we're all friends as well as connected, and so today just right at the front of the event, give you as much space as you need, and you're always the highlight of the show, so to speak.
Right on. So we have people come in, we've got a big banner behind us, we'll check them out, screen them, but we get the most amount of foot traffic, and that's one of the key elements to making this work. The other thing is, while we're here, we always talk about booking health talks and other events, so he'll walk us over to the HR director, or if it's you doing it, he'll walk you over, introduce you to the key person, and set up your next 2-3 events while you're here at the health fair, because it's face-to-face.
It always works better at the event to introduce you, because that way you have an opportunity to, face-to-face, meet the person, as well as take it from there and set up a meeting to go back in and do a lunch and learn or a seminar.
So he totally gets it. The idea is that this is a big company. They've got 700-800 employees. If you've got a company of a couple thousand, this is how you set up your other events. He gets you in for lunch and learns. It's FaceTime, which is way better than trying to do it over the phone.
And you know what we found with that too is over the course of time, as you well know, is that by having come to their health fair and then also doing the talks, you become like the chiropractor for that company, and you become well known. So over time, it really pays huge dividends because you're like part of the company at that point. So it really works well.
And that's when they start referring to you as their company chiropractor. So one more time, over there at the front is where the people come in. We've got the biggest booth right here with plenty of room to operate so we can spill out of the booth if we have big lines. We've got our substation set up, speakers blaring, checking people on hand. And then if you look around, you can see the ships in the background and the other vendors. And this is how we set it up. And again, one of the key elements to doing this, you probably hear the music in the background, is that Michael will walk us over and introduce us to the key people so that we've got our other events.
Absolutely, yes.
That's why you rock.
Yeah, man. And this is, by the way, this is the end of the show. It was really busy earlier. We're about 2 minutes from closing shop here, so there's not a lot of people left, but it was quite busy earlier.
So take a web tour of the Corporate Skeleton Key, look into becoming what we call a wellness champion, and these things can be done for you, out of state, all over the country, up through Canada.
Yep.
I mean, you're open to doing this on a huge scale.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, Docs. Keep rocking.
All right, take care.